Order is the incubator of dominion. Manage, then multiply. Write that down. Say it again till it breaks the old mentality. Order is the incubator of dominion. God never gives increase to chaos. He speaks, sets boundaries, names the days, separates the waters, arranges the lights, and then he fills. This is not motivational fluff. This is constitutional law in the kingdom. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion. Genesis 1:28. Watch the sequence. Be productive first, then multiply it, then distribute it, control the environment, and then you sit in authority. Order before increase. Listen, promotion is not a miracle. It is a management decision. Income is not a lottery. It is a harvest of systems. When you organize your time and your resources with visible structures, a purpose calendar, a resource ledger, a weekly review multiplication stops being random and starts arriving on schedule. Money has a migration pattern. It leaves the hands of the unorganized and flies to the hands of the managed. Opportunity is attracted to order. Write that down. Jesus anchored it with a simple sentence. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Faithful means managed, measured, accounted for. That little 30 minutes you waste is a nation you postpone. That untracked dollar is a door you close. Management precedes multiplication. Let's stop praying for what order will produce. Say it. I am necessary. I deploy my gift. I manage my purpose. Tell your neighbor, order before increase. Let me paint a picture. A young woman named Naomi had a seed. She could braid hair so well, women waited hours for her. But the seed was scattered. No appointments, no ledger, money in a shoebox, time leaking through casual conversations. She was talented and tired. One night she heard this law: manage, then multiply. She built a simple calendar. Appointments blocked by purpose, not by impulse. She opened a ledger, every dollar named, every expense assigned. She started a weekly review on Sunday night. What worked? What wasted? What to fix? 90 days later, she wasn't getting lucky. She was getting predictable. Income doubled. Clients respected time. And she hired 2 assistants. No new gift, new order. Are you getting this? We are going to build the same scaffolding right here, live. The big question shaping this entire journey is simple. What systems turn chaos into dominion? Not feelings, systems. Not vibes, structures. We will start with the purpose calendar, because if it doesn't live on your calendar, it won't live in your life. Then we will construct the resource ledger, because money multiplies under management. And finally, we will install the weekly review and the dominion dashboard, because what you review improves, what you ignore decays. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. This is not just a verse. It's the operating system of kingdoms and companies. I came to break a spell today. You have confused movement with progress and busyness with productivity. Order is the difference. Leadership doesn't visit disordered people. Leadership emerges from purpose that is managed. If you don't deploy yourself, you'll be employed by someone who did. Say it out loud. I am necessary. I deploy my gift. I manage my purpose. I am faithful over little, therefore much will find me. So here is the promise I make you under heaven's constitution. If you will submit your days to a calendar anchored by purpose, submit your money to a ledger governed by vision, and submit your week to review disciplined by truth, promotion and income will change zip codes from maybe to reliable. We will not shout over emptiness. We will build systems that heaven can trust with rain. Write it one more time. Order is the incubator of dominion. Manage, then multiply. Now, let's begin. Listen, before we build the scaffolding, we must lay the foundation of identity. Leadership is not something you chase. It is something you become when purpose is managed. Write this down and turn it upside down. Leadership is the capacity to influence others through inspiration, not manipulation, generated by a passion, motivated by a vision, birthed by a conviction, produced by a sense of purpose. Now flip it and start at the bottom. Purpose produces conviction. Conviction gives birth to vision. Vision ignites passion. Passion generates inspiration. Inspiration creates influence. And influence manifests as leadership. Say it. Start with purpose. If you do not begin with why, you will organize your life into a beautiful cage organization. Without purpose becomes a prison. With purpose it becomes a runway. Which will it be for you? Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29-18. Vision is not a wish. It is the picture your conviction paints on your imagination. Sight reports what is. Vision reveals what must be. Sight says your bank account is low. Vision says your gift is a company. Sight says you're employed. Vision says you are deployed. If you don't deploy yourself, you'll be employed by someone who did. Write that down and circle it. You are not here to make a living. You are here to make a difference, and then living will chase you. Tell your neighbor, deploy yourself. Now hear me. Purpose decides what gets the privilege of order. If you organize without asking purpose, you will fill calendars with other people's emergencies, balance ledgers for other people's priorities, and review weeks that don't belong to your destiny. But when purpose sits at the head of the table, the calendar becomes a covenant with your future. The ledger becomes a map for your resource assignment, and the weekly review becomes a mirror that makes you honest. Habakkuk heard it this way. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Habakkuk 2:2. Write, make it plain, run, there's your order. Systems are how vision puts on shoes and starts walking. Let me correct a mentality. Many of you have a seed, and you're frustrated because nobody is paying you for it. The world doesn't eat seeds, the world eats fruit. Your seed is capacity, your fruit is a product. Take the gift that won't leave you alone, the counseling ear, the design eye, the healing hands, the organizing mind, and refine it until someone can consume it. Package it, name it, price it, schedule it, produce something. A young man named Leo could fix any broken phone in minutes. That was his seed. But he lived in repair, chaos, late nights, random calls, cash in pockets. I told him, turn your seed into fruit. He created a same-day repair package, set prices, booked appointments on a purpose calendar, and offered a 90-day guarantee. He didn't change gifts. He changed order. Within 3 months, stores started calling him first. Fruit was speaking. This is the reframe. Leadership is a consequence, not an ambition. You don't need a title. You need a template. Stop trying to influence and start organizing your purpose. Influence is the market's response to clarity. When your conviction becomes visible on a schedule, when your vision is translated into repeatable actions, your passion stops burning you out and starts burning a path. People will call you leader because you made it easy to be led. Are you hearing me? Say this with me. My purpose defines my order. My order protects my vision. My vision fuels my passion. My passion inspires others. My inspiration creates influence. My influence produces leadership. Back to Genesis. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Fruitfulness is impossible without definition. Definition is impossible without conviction. And conviction is impossible without purpose. So today, choose deployment. Decide what your life is about, and then let everything else get in line. Sight will mock you. Ignore it. Vision will instruct you. Obey it. And as you submit your days, your dollars, and your decisions to the assignment of your purpose, leadership will find you without you ever chasing it. That is the law. Before we construct systems visible to heaven and respected by the market, we must find the holes in your bucket. You cannot dominate what you do not define and measure. Write that down. Jesus asks a business question. Which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counted the cost? Luke 14:28. Count first. Measure first. Define first. Dominion leaks where definition is missing. Authority escapes where accounting is absent. Proverbs says, be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. Proverbs 27-23. Your flocks are your hours, your dollars, your relationships. If you don't know their state, you will never know your future. Let's diagnose time. Time leaks are invisible thieves. Calendar, clutter, task switching, social media, drift, energy without aim. You are busy, but not booked by purpose. Ephesians 5:16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Redeem means buy it back with intention. Open your week. Are your prime hours sold to your assignment or auctioned to emergencies? When you bounce between 5 tasks in 15 minutes, your brain pays a switching tax. Creativity becomes crumbs scattered on the floor. Notification pings, 20 minutes gone, and you call it research. That is a leak. Ask yourself out loud, what on my calendar belongs to my purpose, and what belongs to my procrastination dressed as commitments? If it doesn't have a name, a start time, an end time, and a result, it will waste you. Sight says, at least I was busy. Vision asks, what fruit did that produce? Be fruitful, not just frantic. Now money does not disappear, it migrates. It leaves mismanagement and seeks management. Proverbs 21:20 declares, there is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. Where is your treasure? Or did the foolish man steal your wallet through subscriptions you forgot, impulse clicks at midnight, and lunches that prove you are generous to restaurants but stingy toward your future? Unassigned dollars are rebellious. They will leave you for someone with a plan. A business without a value pipeline is a sinkhole. You earn, you spend, you sigh, you repeat. You don't have a money problem, you have a measurement problem. Tell your neighbor, assign every dollar before it arrives. Write that down. Relationships, the quiet leakers. Mentors unattended. Partners unwatered. Customers unthanked. Value decays without touch. Influence is a garden. Neglect gives weeds permission. I went by the field of the slothful, and lo, it was all grown over with thorns. Proverbs 24:30-31. Some of you are losing clients not because you lack excellence, but because you stopped communicating. You delivered the product and abandoned the person. Steward your people. Schedule mentor touch points, partner reviews, customer follow-up. A simple, how did it serve you? What could we improve? Is a fence against decay. Remember Paul's instruction. Commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. 2 Timothy 2:2. That is replication born from relationship. Dominion requires retention, and retention requires attention. Order it now, not next month, now. For 7 days, I want a ruthless log. Write this: time, spend, output. Every 30 minutes, name what you did. Every dollar, tag its assignment: seed, bread, or birds. Every task, label its outcome: fruit or feelings. Fruit creates value someone else can consume. Feelings make you feel accomplished while nothing changes. At the end of each day, ask, what moved my vision? What merely moved my emotions? You will discover that the biggest thief of your destiny is not a demon, it is drift. Say it, drift is expensive. Here is the refrain you must swallow whole. Every problem is a business. If disorganization is robbing you, it is also a market. When you solve it in you, you can sell it to others. A young brother named Aaron was always broke but brilliant. He ran a 7-day log like this. He discovered $412 a month in leaks. Ride shares he could have planned, apps he didn't use, groceries wasted. He built a simple template, taught 5 friends for free, then packaged it as a leak locator workshop. 2 months later, the workshop became a product. The product became income. He didn't find money, he found measurement. You cannot dominate what you do not define and measure. So, for the next 7 days, become the accountant of your destiny. Count your hours like a jeweler counts diamonds. Count your dollars like a steward counts the king's coins. Count your touches like a shepherd counts sheep at night. At week's end, you will have a mirror, not a myth. Then we will bring that mirror to the altar of order and build. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. But first, define and measure. Say it with conviction. I define, I measure, I manage, therefore I multiply. Are you getting this? Now that the mirror is in your hand, hear the law that unlocks the door. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. And again, the king's verdict in Luke 19:17. Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. Write this down. Management authorizes authority. Faithfulness is not feelings. Faithfulness is management. The promotion to cities came through the stewardship of coins. You are asking God for cities while misplacing the coins. God will trust you with what you track. Say it. Faithful over little, ruler over much. Let me define management so we stop playing religious with results. Management is the effective, efficient, and ethical organization of assigned resources for intended results. Effective, doing the right things that align with purpose. Efficient, doing them with minimal waste of time, energy, and money. Ethical, doing them with integrity, because corruption is expensive and delays destiny. Assigned resources, what heaven already put in your hands. Time, talent, treasure, relationships, information. Intended results, the fruit your purpose requires, not random busyness. Write that down and circle ethical. There is no dominion without integrity. If you cheat, you cut the root of your own tree. Now connect the law to the blueprint of Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful, produce a product from your seed, multiply, replicate that product without you being present every time. Replenish, distribute what you replicated into multiple places and channels. Subdue, standardize with systems and standards that force consistency and quality even under pressure. Have dominion, market leadership where your name is called first. This is the staircase of kings. This is the path of companies. This is how a backyard recipe becomes a global franchise. Say it out loud. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Again, produce, replicate, distribute, standardize, lead. Here is the hinge between your audit and your increase. Systems before scale. Stewardship before status. Write that on your wall. Systems before scale. Stewardship before status. If you scale chaos, you multiply pain. If you pursue status without stewardship, you will borrow a throne you cannot keep. Promotion becomes predictable when management is visible and measurable. What do I mean visible? I can see your calendar, I can see your ledger, I can see your weekly review, I can watch how you handle little. What do I mean measurable? Outcomes are recorded, improvements are tracked, leaks are closed, standards are written. Heaven promotes managers, not wishers. Let me show you a picture. Gloria worked the front desk at a small clinic. She did not own the clinic, but she owned her assignment. She built a simple appointment protocol, color-coded patient types, reduced no-shows by text and reminders, logged every copay in a ledger, and ran a 5-minute end-of-day review. 3 months later, the doctor said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. The waiting room is flowing. 6 months later, she wrote a standard operating procedure and trained the new hires. 9 months later, the owner opened a second location and put Gloria over both. Luke 19:17 walked into her life. Faithful in a little, authority over 2 cities. She didn't pray for a title, she produced order. Write this down. Authority is the reward for responsibility made visible. Some of you are frustrated because you keep asking for more while violating the law of little. The king will never graduate you from what you dishonor. Start by mastering your morning before you ask for a market. Master your current clients before begging for bigger contracts. Master $1,000 before you cry for $100,000. Assign every hour. Name every dollar. Review every week. Be fruitful. Turn your seed into one excellent product. Multiply. Document the steps so others can do it. Replenish open channels. Online. Retail. Partnerships. Subdue right standards. Measure variance. Correct quickly. Dominion. Let the market call you first, because your standard never wavers. Say it. Systems before scale, stewardship before status. Listen, this is why Jesus could entrust cities to a servant who managed coins. Management is leadership in seed form. When you can make a little behave, heaven knows you can make a region behave. The calendar is not cute. It is your crown in training. The ledger is not tedious. It is your treasury rehearsal. The weekly review is not optional. It is your war room. If you cannot be audited, you cannot be elevated. If your excellence cannot be repeated, it cannot be expanded. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Management precedes multiplication. Stewardship is the gate to authority and increase. Say it with me, until it rewires your reflexes. I manage the little becomes much. I standardize the much, the market crowns the standard. Are you getting this? Let's build it now. If it doesn't live on the calendar, it won't live in your life. Say it, write it, engrave it. Your calendar is your covenant with destiny. Psalm 90:12 says, so teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Number means schedule. Wisdom means priority. Ephesians 5:16 adds, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Redeem means buy it back. You don't buy it with feelings, you buy it with blocks. Design your week around purpose, not requests. Requests are noisy. Purpose is quiet but royal. Requests will fill your days with other people's emergencies. Purpose assigns your hours to heaven's assignment. Here are your 5 purpose blocks. This is the template kings use. Devotion, development, design, distribution, delight. Write them down and color them right now. Devotion, align. Development, sharpen. Design, create fruit. Distribution, ship. Delight, rest and renew. Devotion first. Align your spirit with the King. Jesus, rising up a great while before day, went out into a solitary place and there prayed. Mark 1:35. Give heaven first claim on your day. 15, 30, 60 minutes. Scripture, prayer, reflection. Color it royal blue. No phone, no scroll, just alignment. This is not religious. It's regulatory. Alignment saves you hours of fixing misaligned decisions. Development. Sharpen the instrument. Read in your field. Practice your craft. Train your skill. Iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpeneth the counters of his friend. Proverbs 27:17. Color it steel gray. 1 to 3 hours a week minimum. Courses. Mentorship calls. Drills. Remember, dull tools waste time. Sharp tools build faster. Design. Create fruit. This is your daily 90-minute fruit block. Non-negotiable. Tie it to your gift. If you are a writer, write pages. Designer, design comps. Coach, build modules. Chef, develop recipes. Turn seed into something someone can consume. Phone off. Notifications silence. Door closed. This is a no meeting zone. Color it green because fruit must grow. Schedule it when your energy is highest, often morning. If the world wants you at 9 a.m., start at 7:30 a.m. and give your future the first bite. Distribution. Ship the fruit. 2 to 4 blocks a week for marketing, sales, outreach, publishing, proposals, follow-ups. Go ye into all the world, Mark 16:15, is the distribution command. Color it gold. Batch similar tasks. Send all proposals in one sitting. Record all videos in one session. Answer client messages in 2 focused windows rather than all day. Money honors consistency. Distribution makes your excellence find a buyer. Delight, rest, and renew. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Exodus 20:8. Schedule joy on purpose. Color it sunrise. Family dinner, exercise, worship, quiet walks, art, a nap. Delight is not laziness. It is maintenance. If you don't schedule renewal, fatigue will schedule a breakdown. Boundaries protect brilliance. Now, the weekly multiply block. Write this loud. 120 minutes every week to build or upgrade systems and SOPs. Color it purple for royalty. This is where Genesis 1:28 moves from fruit to multiply. Document how you did what you did so someone else can do it and do it again. Draft templates, checklists, automations, onboarding steps. Excellence that cannot be repeated, cannot be multiplied. 2 hours, non-negotiable. Put it the same time each week to make it a ritual. Guardrails keep your covenant intact. Color code your entire week so purpose is visible at a glance. Batch tasks so your brain pays the switching tax only once. Establish no meeting zones around your fruit block and your multiply block. If it violates the zone, it violates your future. Build buffer margins, 1-5-minute gaps between calls, 30 minutes of transition after client sessions, white space for thinking. Proverbs 25-28 warns, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Your calendar is your wall. Without margins, emergencies invade. Let me put flesh on this. A brother named Theo was a gifted videographer, drowning in requests. We carved his week. Devotion at 6:30 a.m. Design food block 9:30 a.m. To script and storyboard, distribution 2 through 4 p.m. To post, pitch, and follow-up development Wednesday 11:12 with a master class. Delight Friday night phone in the drawer. Multiply block every Monday 1-3 p.m. He built a shot list template, a client intake SOP, and an editing checklist. He color-coded everything. 30 days later, he wasn't busy, he was booked. Income stabilized. Turnaround time dropped. And he hired an assistant using the SOP he wrote during Multiply. He did not get lucky, he got scheduled. Open your calendar tonight. Name the 5 blocks. Place your daily 90-minute fruit block first. Place your weekly 120-minute multiply block next. Then arrange devotion, development, distribution, delight around them. Color code. Set your no meeting zones. Create buffers. And here's the decree. If it doesn't live on the calendar, it won't live in your life. Say it until your reflex changes. Be fruitful. Multiply. Replenish. Subdue. Have dominion. The calendar is not paper, it is policy. Submit your days, and your destiny will submit your market. Are you getting this? Now we move from your days to your dollars, from time to treasure, because money multiplies under management. It migrates from the unorganized to the organized. Write that down. Proverbs 27-23 still speaks. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. Your hours were the flocks, your resources are the herds. Diligence is not feelings, it is a ledger. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. Tables are ledgers. Plain means columns. Are you ready? Draw 6 columns across a page right now and title them seeds, fruits, channels, stewards, capital, metrics. Seeds, these are your inherent gifts and ideas, the capacities heaven planted in you. Write them by name. Counseling, baking, videography, organizing, teaching, carpentry, strategy. The world doesn't eat seeds, but this column tells you what fruit you must produce. Fruits lists the offers that convert those seeds into consumables. The coaching package, the 6-week course, the signature cookie box, the 2 4-hour phone repair, the room reset organizing service, the brand kit, channels where your fruit travels, website, marketplace platforms, wholesale partners, speaking, email lists, social media, local retailers. Stewards, people who touch the process. You, your assistant, the bookkeeper, the editor, the supplier, the courier, the affiliate. Capital cash on hand, tools, software, equipment, bank balance, fruit account, cameras, ovens, laptop, subscriptions, vehicle, inventory, metrics, numbers that keep you honest, cost per unit, gross margin, cash runway, conversion rate, fulfillment time, retention rate. Write them. This is not cute. This is control. Now, inventory your assets and assign them to columns. Skills, what can you do at a professional standard right now? Content drafts, lessons, templates, recipes, checklists sitting in your hard drive. Relationships, mentors, past clients, vendors, potential partners, equipment, everything from your phone to your whisk. Put each item in its place and assign purpose. A tool without assignment becomes clutter. A relationship without cadence becomes silence. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise. Proverbs 21:20. Wisdom stores and assigns, foolishness spends and forgets. Next, establish a zero-based purpose budget. Zero-based means every dollar is employed before it arrives. Unassigned dollars are rebellious. They run away at night. Here is the covenant. 10% give honor God and keep your heart clean. Generosity breaks greed's grip and opens flow. 10% invest in skill courses, coaching, certifications, tools that sharpen fruit production. This is development with money. 10% margin your war chest. Hold it liquid to absorb shocks and seize opportunities quickly. 70% living, operations, rent, food, utilities, marketing, software, payroll, shipping. Write that down. Give, grow, guard, go. And hear me, do not let lifestyle eat your operations. Do not let operations starve your growth. Open a dedicated fruit account. This is non-negotiable. All revenue from your fruits goes here first. From this account, you fund production and reinvestment before lifestyle. Money follows value and flees vagueness. When value is visible in a fruit account, money knows where to land. Tie this account to your multiply block. Each week, as you document and systemize, fund the tools and templates from the fruit account, not from random scraps. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, and prove me now herewith, Malachi 3:10. The storehouse is a designated place. The fruit account is your designated place for production. Order invites overflow. Establish your cash flow rhythm. A weekly cash in, cash out review. 10 to 15 minutes, same time every week, Friday at 3:30 p.m. or Sunday afternoon. Open your ledger. Cash in. List every deposit by fruit and channel. Cash out. Tag each expense by purpose, production, distribution, stewardship, or lifestyle. Align spending to fruit, creation, and distribution first, then stewardship, then lifestyle. If a cost does not help you produce fruit or move it, question it. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness. Proverbs 21:5. Diligent thoughts are scheduled reviews. What you review improves. What you ignore decays. Let me give you flesh and blood. A sister named Miriam made healing soup seed. She sold jars ad hoc, no ledger, no plan. We built her resource ledger. Seed, culinary craft, nutrition, know-how, fruits, 3-day reset, soup pack, family immunity bundle, channels, Instagram shop, local grocer consignment, email list, Stewards Miriam, a part-time kitchen assistant, a delivery driver, a bookkeeper, 2 hours a week, capital $2,400 in cash, 2 stock pots, a rented kitchen slot, jars, labels, emails, software. Metrics cost per jar, $2.10. Price, $7. Margin, $4.90. Weekly capacity, 200 jars. Conversion, 3.5% from email. We opened a fruit account, redirected all payments there, and installed the zero-based purpose budget. Weekly cash in, cash out revealed that $180 month of nice labels and $220 month of delivery drift weren't moving fruit. We shifted that $400 to email ads and grocer demos. 30 days later, cash in grew 38%, spoilage fell by half, and her war chest reached $1,200. She didn't get lucky, she got ledgered. Money migrated from the unorganized to the organized. Say this aloud. I assign every dollar a job before it arrives. Tell your neighbor, money follows value, not vibes. Your ledger is not a diary, it is a dominion device. Seeds, fruits, channels, stewards, capital, metrics. This is how your resources. Salute your vision. Give, keep your heart clean. Invest, keep your hands sharp. Margin, keep your head clear. Operations, keep your house running. Tie it to a fruit account. Review cash in and cash out weekly. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Order your money and your money will order your increase. Are you getting this? What you review improves. What you ignore decays. Say it out loud. This next build is your covenant of correction, your weekly stewardship meeting with yourself and your king. Lamentations 3:40 commands, let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. Search and try, review and repent, assess and adjust. Set a standing appointment. Same day, same hour, every week. Non-negotiable. Put it on your calendar now, Sunday at 5 p.m. or Friday at 3:30 p.m. or Monday at 7 a.m. Whatever you choose, marry it. This is not a suggestion, it is a statute. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. 1 Corinthians 4:2. Faithfulness shows up to the same meeting every week with data in its hands. Here is how your weekly review flows. Begin with presence, 3 to 5 minutes of devotion. Read one verse, thank the Lord, ask for light. Alignment first calms your soul so facts can correct your feelings. Then check covenant compliance. Did you honor your fruit blocks and your multiply block? Look at your colors. Count the number of fruit sessions scheduled versus kept. If you booked 5 and kept 3, your attendance to self is 60%. Write that down. Attend to yourself. You cannot dominate a market you keep abandoning in your calendar. Now open the Dominion dashboard. This is your plain table. Habakkuk 2 inches, action. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables. 5 dials you will track every week. Fruit. How many pieces did you produce or publish? Videos recorded, pages written, boxes baked, clients served? Name the number. Do not say a lot. Multiply. How many SOPs did you create or improve? Checklists, templates, automations, training modules. If excellence cannot be repeated, it cannot be multiplied. Replenish. What entered and moved through your pipeline? New leads captured, emails sent, calls made, proposals delivered, orders shipped. Subdue. Where did you meet or miss your own standards, on-time delivery rate, defect count, response time, customer happiness score? If you don't measure quality, you will apologize for it. Income. What revenue and profit landed cash in by fruit and channel, gross margin, cash runway in weeks? Look at these 5 dials every week. Tell your neighbor, measure what you want to multiply. Write that down. Then ask the rapid questions while the dashboard is open. What worked this week and why? What will I stop, start, and continue? Where did I say yes that should have been a no? Busyness is a thief dressed as generosity. Expose it. Note 1 bottleneck to remove before next week. Decide 1 small experiment to run, subject line test, new outreach script, improve packaging, tighter handoff in your SOP. Schedule those actions immediately into your calendar while you are in the review. Remember, the review without rescheduling is religion without repentance. Close with the 9-0-day scoreboard. We don't obey moods, we obey measurements. Create a simple 1 3-week rolling line for each dial. Fruit, multiply, replenish, subdue, income. Plot the numbers so you can see trend lines, not tantrums. Small wins compound into dominion. If fruit climbs from 4 to 6 to 7 to 8 pieces weekly, if multiply moves from 0 SOPs to 1 to 1 to 2, if replenish grows from 12, leads to 18 to 25, if subdue holds 95% on time for 6 weeks, if income rises steadily by 8% month over month, you are on schedule for promotion. Genesis 1:28 becomes visible progress. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Dominion is a trend, not an event. Let me make it flesh. Theo, our videographer, built his dashboard. Week 1, fruit 3, multiply 0, replenish 14 leads, 3 proposals, 2 orders, subdue, 80% on time, income $1,100. He stopped saying yes to every ad hoc edit, started batching shoots, continued the 90-minute morning script block. Week 4, fruit 7, multiply, 2-shot list, SOP, client intake form. Replenish 3197, subdue 94% on time, income $2,460. Week 8, fruit 9, multiply 1 editing checklist upgrade, replenish 441210, subdue 97%, income $3,920. He didn't get discovered, he got diligent. The thoughts of the diligent tend to plenteousness because the diligent track them. Say this with conviction. I don't trust moods, I trust measures. I don't guess growth, I graph it. Your weekly review is a mirror and a motor. It shows you yourself and it moves you forward. Choose the hour, prepare the table, pray. Check your colors. Read your 5 dials. Ask the rapid questions. Schedule the corrections. Update the 90-day scoreboard. Then rest. Your system is now working while you sleep. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Are you getting this? Now that your days, your dollars, and your dashboard are under authority, we must decide what you will dominate. Write this down. Dominion requires a domain. Genesis 1:28 is not random conquest. It is targeted rulership. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion over what? Not everything. Over your thing. You were born to master something. Leadership is not pursued. It is produced by mastery of a gift so refined it compels influence. Say it with me. If I'm everywhere, I'm nowhere. Depth before width. Proverbs 22:29 asks a question that should keep you awake. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. Diligent in what? One business. Not 15 hustles. One craft. Paul said, this one thing I do. Philippians 3:13. Write that down. One thing done masterfully will feed you in many ways. Many things done casually will starve you in every way. The world doesn't pay for variety shows. It pays for signatures. Everybody sells burgers, but Burger King sells a Whopper. What's your Whopper? Define your promise. Now the specific problem you solve for a specific person with a specific result. Clarity is cash. Vague doesn't scale. Vague confuses the buyer and comforts the mediocre. Use this sentence and fill it in. I help specific person solve specific problem so they achieve specific result in specific time conditions using your named method. I help first-time founders publish one weekly video in 90 minutes using my batch to book method. I help busy moms reset a cluttered room in 3 hours with my 3C room reset. I help professional men add 10 pounds of lean muscle in 12 weeks with my Spartangen at home protocol. This is not marketing fluff. This is dominion direction. Write it, read it, refine it, repeat it. Now design your Whopper, your signature process or product that makes the market call you first. Give it a name. Package the steps. Protect the standards. Your Whopper is a combination of your fruit and your method. Domino's didn't claim we make pizza. They promised 30 minutes or less. That's a Whopper. FedEx didn't say we deliver. They said absolutely, positively overnight. That's a Whopper. Your Whopper must be simple to say, hard to copy, and consistent to deliver. Say it. Simple to say, hard to copy, consistent to deliver. Credibility comes from depth, not decibels. Practice is louder than praise. Ask Tiger. Tiger Woods wasn't crowned at the press conference. He was forged at 4 a.m. Drilling the same swing 1,000 times in silence, mastering his domain until the world rearranged a Sunday afternoon to watch him. Ask Oprah. She didn't try to be everything. She mastered the conversation, empathy, listening, drawing out the goal until her name became a category. Proverbs 18:16 declares, a man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. Your gift does not make rooms. It makes room singular. Find the room your gift fits. Then fill it so completely there is no seat left for a competitor. Tie mastery to your systems. Your daily 90-minute fruit block becomes the dojo of your domain. Drill the one thing. If you are a copywriter, write 10 headlines a day and test them every week. Same niche, same promise, deeper skill. If you are a baker, perfect one signature box until every bite tastes like policy. If you are a coach, refine one transformation until your clients finish each other's testimonies. Your weekly multiply block turns your craft into a method. Document the steps, name the stages, build checklists, train someone else to deliver it at 95% of your standard. Excellence that cannot be taught cannot be trusted by a market that intends to scale with you. Choose your person. Pick your pain. State your promise. Build your process. Gather your proof. Proof beats promotion. 3 case studies are a louder microphone than 3 million impressions. Don't chase microphones, chase mastery. Microphones will chase you. Tell your neighbor, mastery precedes microphones. Tell yourself, if I'm everywhere, I'm nowhere. Depth before width. Here is your narrow door to a wide place. For the next 30 days, produce only from your chosen domain during your fruit block. Say no to side quests. Publish one consistent Whopper every week. Same target, same promise, same method. Track it on your dashboard. Fruit Whopper shipped. Multiply Whopper, SOP updated. Replenish Whopper, distributed to 3 channels. Subdue Whopper, standards met at 95% plus. Income Whopper, revenue rising. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Dominion is when the market hears the problem you solve and calls your name first. What's your Whopper? Say it out loud. Write it down. Now, go drill it until kings send for you. Are you getting this? You got your Whopper. Now we plant trees. One fruit is proof. An orchard is dominion. Genesis 1:28 did not stop at be fruitful. It marched to multiply and replenish. Write this down. Replication and distribution systems convert excellence into scale. Say it aloud. Excellence without systems is a talented accident. Excellence with systems becomes a predictable economy. Turn results into repeatables. Whatever worked this week must not rely on memory next week. Capture it, template it, checklist it, batch it. If you recorded a video that converted, freeze the script structure into a template. If your cookie box sold out, lock the gram weights, baking times, packaging order, and unboxing steps into a one-page SOP. If your coaching session transformed the client in 45 minutes, outline the sequence of questions and the timestamps. Then 2 Timothy 2:2 becomes your growth engine. The things that thou hast heard of me, commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Teach someone to do what only you could do yesterday. That is multiplication. Tell your neighbor, I am training my replacement at each stage so I can ascend to the next stage. Batch creation is your friend. Record 4 videos in one sitting. Bake for 3 hours and package once. Write a week of emails in a single 90-minute block. Batching collapses. Set up cost and erect speed. Jesus fed 5,000 by organizing the crowd in ranks by hundreds and by 50s. Mark 6:40. Order created capacity for a miracle. Your ranks and 50s are templates, checklists, and batches. Now, replenish. Distribution keeps the shelves filled. Choose one primary channel and own it for 90 days before you add another. Write that down. 1 channel, 1 standard, 1 quarter. If it's YouTube, learn thumbnails, hooks, watch time, and weekly cadence until the algorithm salutes you. If it's email, master list growth, subject lines, segmentation, and Friday send time until your open rates hit your standard. If it's local retail, own demos, end cap displays, reorder rhythms, and manager relationships until they keep your spot without asking. Don't diversify confusion. Dominate one lane, then duplicate. Proverbs 22:29 still asks, seest thou a man diligent in his business? Not business's business. Diligence deepens, then it widens. Design the pipeline that replenishes the market. Lead magnet entry, offer, core offer continuity. Say it slowly. Magnet attracts, entry tests, core feeds, continuity sustains. Magnet, give it away free to seed demand and gather emails. 5 subject lines that book calls. 3-day immunity soup plan. Room reset checklist. Proverbs 11:24 whispers kingdom math. There is that scatter it and yet increase it. Scatter value to gather names. Entry offer, a low friction, pay taste $9 mini course, $29 sampler pack, $49 audit. Core offer, your Whopper, the signature transformation or flagship product. Continuity, a subscription, membership, retainer, or maintenance plan that keeps solved problems from returning soup club, monthly content vault, quarterly room refresh. Write these 4 on your Dominion dashboard and track them weekly. Block distribution day on your purpose calendar. This is not vibes. This is a ritual. 2 to 4 goal blocks where all roads lead outward. Publish, pitch, follow up, fulfill, request, reviews, restock channels. Build a checklist. Pre-publish QC, post-publish amplification, DM follow-up template, invoice schedule, shipping cutoffs, review request cadence. Systems turn addition into multiplication because what you do once without thinking can happen 10 times without you. Go ye into all the world, Mark 16:15. It's not a suggestion, it is a distribution command. The world won't find your fruit in your kitchen. The world finds it because your system sent it. Let me make it flesh. Miriam, our soup maker, proved her whopper 3-day reset. We replicated standardized recipes, portion scoops, label printer settings, a 2-hour batch flow, and a handoff SOP for her assistant. One channel for 90 days, local grocers. She owned demos every Saturday, captured emails with a 7 immunity recipes magnet, sent a Tuesday nurture and a Thursday order link. Pipeline, magnet-free recipes. Entry $29 sampler, a demo. Core $89, family bundle. Continuity $139. Month soup club delivery. Distribution day blocked. Tuesday emails. Thursday deliveries. Saturday demos. Result, from 1 pot to 4. From ad hoc to weekly sellouts. From hoping to forecasting. She didn't get famous. She got faithful. Say this with conviction. I replicate what works and I replenish without fail. One fruit is testimony. An orchard is territory. Plant templates. Water with batches. Fence it with standards. Harvest through one channel until it bows. Then plant another row. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Are you getting this? We have replenished the shelves. Now we must subdue the aisle. Genesis 1:28 does not apologize. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Subdue means bring under standards. Control is earned by consistent standards, not occasional sprints. Write that down. 1 Corinthians 14:40 commands. Let all things be done decently and in order. Order is a standard. Decency is a standard. If your excellence has no rules, your market has no reason to obey you. Establish your non-negotiables in writing. Service level agreements. Promise what you can deliver every time, not what sounds impressive once. Response within 24 hours. Draft turnaround in 5 business days. Ship within 48 hours of order. On-time rate, 95% minimum. Put it on the wall and into your confirmations. Quality checklist. A pre-flight before anything touches the market video. Color corrected, sound level, captions accurate, thumbnail tested, soup, temperature log signed, pH checked, labels aligned, batch code recorded, pricing floors. Decide the bottom beneath which you will never crawl. A price floor protects value and protects you from panic. Proverbs 11:1 says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord. Honest scales, consistent weights. Your standards are your scales. Tell your neighbor, I refuse to negotiate my non-negotiables. Say it. I control my standards, not the market's moods. Protect the engine that feeds the standards. Pre-schedule your publishing so momentum is never held hostage by your feelings. Automation is not laziness, it is stewardship. Cue your next 4 posts, your next 2 emails, your next month's demos on the calendar. Guard no meeting creative zones. Lock the door on your fruit block. Daniel 6:3 says Daniel excelled because an excellent spirit was in him. Excellence needs privacy to breathe. Theo protected 2 mornings a week as no meeting zones. His on-time rate climbed and his referrals doubled. Miriam automated her Tuesday nurture and Thursday order links. Sales continued when her voice was tired. Protect the engine and the engine will protect your income. Now build a moat so competitors swim in circles while you sleep. Community. Create a membership, a club, a circle where your buyers become belonging. People rebuy where they belong. Name your method and document your framework. Batch to book, 3C, room reset, 3-day reset. File the trademarks. Watermark your templates. Turn unique steps into signature language. Brand story tied to purpose. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. Tell why you do it until buyers buy the why. Testimonials and guarantees. Revelation 12:11. They overcame by the word of their testimony. Collect proof every week with an automated request, then publish it. Offer a bold, honest guarantee. 3-0 day craftsmanship guarantee. Taste it or we replace it. 4 8-hour fix or we credit your account. Guarantees remove fear. Moats remove doubt. Architect your offers to guide decisions ethically. Anchors, bundles, ascension. Anchors set context. Display your premium first, not to manipulate, but to frame value. Core becomes obvious when seen beside the pinnacle. Bundles simplify choice and raise perceived value without discounting your dignity. Camera, shoot, plus edit, plus thumbnail, plus captions, family immunity, bundle with 4 flavors and a guide. Ascension invites growth. Entry, core, pro, basic, standard, elite. Keep your price floor beneath each tier and publish your standards beside your prices so people understand what they're buying. Proverbs 20:14 warns about the haggler. It is not, saith the buyer, but when he is gone his way, then he boasteth. Don't design for the boastful buyer. Design for the honest one. Your structure serves the sincere. Momentum is the child of cadence under standards. Not once, every week. Not heroic, habitual. Pre-scheduled publishing keeps the stream flowing. Automation returns time to mastery. No meeting zones protect the womb of creation. Moats hold the water around your castle. Offers guide guests through the gates. And when pressure comes, your floors and your SLAs keep you from panic pricing and apology emails. Say it again. I control my standards, not the market's moods. Let me make it flesh. Miriam posted 2 soups a week before. Now she preloads 4 weeks, locks Saturday demos, and runs a taste or replace guarantee. She named her Reset by Recipe guide, filed the mark, and her soup club community shares weekly photos, moat. Theo set a 7 2-hour draft SLA, a color, sound, caption checklist, a premium anchor day rate that frames his core package, and a client community that swaps hooks and wins moat. Did the competitors disappear? No, they just stopped mattering. Subdue is not crushing people. It is mastering standards until the market conforms to your cadence. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Control is not a feeling, it is a framework. Repeat it until the world trusts your rhythm. Write your SLAs, fix your floors, publish your checklists. Pre-schedule the stream, close the door to create. Name your method, build the circle, gather the proof, shape the offers, and move same time every week until your name becomes a standard in someone else's mouth. Are you getting this? Every true vision will be tested. Write that down. If your dream never met resistance, it wasn't a vision, it was a daydream. James 1-2, 4 commands us, count it all joy, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work. Tests come as delays, as misunderstandings, as sudden demands, as shiny offers that look like blessings but smell like detours. Habakkuk 2-3 whispers, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Vision is a future speaking to your present. Sight is your present shouting back. Do not let your eyes assassinate your assignment. Say it out loud. I am purpose-led, not sight-led. Now hear me. Endurance without boundaries leaks. Boundaries without endurance harden into religion. You need both. This is the discipline of no. Decision filters protect the architecture we just built. Ask 2 questions before every invitation, interruption, and idea. Does this serve my purpose? Is it on my calendar? If the answer is no, it is a no for now. Nehemiah was rebuilding a wall and Sanballat sent distractions. He replied, I am doing a great work so that I cannot come down. Nehemiah 6-3. That is your script. I am doing a great work. I cannot come down. If it serves purpose, but the calendar is full, it belongs in a future block. If it appears profitable but breaks your standards, it is expensive disobedience. Write this down. No is not rejection. It is protection for your yes. Let me make it flesh. Miriam got an offer to join the Sunday market. Big crowds, hype, exposure. but it would cannibalize her Saturday demo restock and break her Tuesday, Thursday pipeline. Purpose? Maybe. Calendar? No. She replied, not this quarter. Result? Her shelves stayed full, subscriptions held, and she negotiated a better slot next quarter on her terms. Theo's cousin called, can you shoot my wedding this Saturday free? Purpose? No. Calendar? No. He blessed him, offered a Monday consult for a paid highlight reel within his lane, and kept his on-time rate and his rest. Your discipline of no keeps your moats full. Still, you will drift, fatigue, family, emergencies. A week when your numbers fall. Don't panic. Reset. Here is your 4-hour recovery protocol. Step 1. Revisit purpose for 5 minutes. Read your vision statement and one scripture. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. Psalm 119 to 105. Pray for light. Step 2. Reschedule the next fruit block within 24 hours, even a compact 5-minute mini block. Purpose regains power when a time is assigned to it. Step 3. Take one small step now. Record a 6-second video. Send one proposal. Bake one test batch. Write one email. Motion breaks condemnation. Galatians 6:9 promises, let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. The reaping belongs to those who refuse to faint. The refusing is one small step at a time. Guard your gates. Proverbs 4:23 warns, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. 3 gates decide your momentum, people, platforms, and patterns. People. Proximity is prophecy. If your circle marks discipline, you will apologize for your standards. Choose counsel that calls you up, not crowds that pull you out. Platforms. Curate your inputs. Unfollow noise. Set 15-minute timers. Remove apps from your home screen during fruit blocks. You are not a trash can for other people's confusion. Patterns. Protect your rhythms. Sleep windows. Morning devotion. Your fruit and multiply blocks. Your weekly review. 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, I keep under my body. If you don't rule your patterns will overthrow your purpose. Tell your neighbor, I am my own city's governor. Proverbs 25:28 adds, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city without walls. Build your walls. When storms come, and they will convert them into standards. Tighten SLAs. Shorten feedback loops. Deepen your Sabbath. Simplify your offers. Test, reveal where the system breathes and where it breaks. Fix what failed and thank the pressure for telling the truth. Isaiah 40:31 is your spine. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall run and not be weary. Waiting here is not laziness. It is alignment while you keep moving inside your assignments. Say this with conviction 3 times. I am a producer, not a procrastinator. I steward storms into strength. Say it again, one more time. Endurance with boundaries keeps the system intact until the results compound. Keep your filters sharp. Does it serve purpose? Is it on the calendar? Keep your reset ready. Revisit purpose. Reschedule fruit. One small step now. Guard your gates, people, platforms, patterns, and when you have done all, stand, then step, then stand again. Be not weary. Your due season is scheduled. Are you getting this? Now we move. Vision without a calendar is a hallucination. Purpose without a ledger is a leak. Write this down. Start small. Move daily. Review weekly. Faithful management invites multiplication on schedule. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. You will not stroll into dominion. You will run by what is written. Genesis 1:28 remains your operating system. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. But now we put dates and numbers beside each word. Proverbs 27:23 commands, be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks. Your calendar and your ledger are your flocks. Know them. First 30 days, foundation and first fruit. Today, build the purpose calendar. Block your daily 90-minute fruit session. Your weekly multiply block for systemizing. Your distribution day. and your weekly review. If it doesn't live on the calendar, it won't live in your life. Then open a resource ledger. Name every stream in and every stream out. Record starting cash, weekly revenue, cost of goods, tools, subscriptions, and time spent. Money migrates from the unorganized to the organized. In week 1, produce your first fruit, one signature output that expresses your whopper, an offer page, a sampler box, a pilot session, a video. Ship it weekly, 4 shipments in 30 days, and collect feedback each time. Hold 4 weekly reviews with your Dominion dashboard. Fruit shipped, SLA met, ledger updated, lessons captured. Luke 16:10 promises, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Faithful weeks accumulate into promotion. By day 60, replication and reach. Publish 1 to 2 SOPs every week from what worked. Your pre-flight checklist, your packaging flow, your editing template, your demo script. Refine your niche promise into one sentence so clear a child can repeat it. Target and serve until your first 50 subscribers or customers are in your circle. Names, emails, orders, receipts. Choose one distribution channel and master it for this quarter. Track unit economics in your ledger. Unit price, cost per unit, gross margin, fulfillment time, acquisition cost per subscriber, or sale. Write this down. You cannot dominate what you refuse to measure. Proverbs 11:1 warns against false balances. Your honest scales are your numbers. Adjust your SOPs from the data. Shorter steps, fewer clicks, tighter packs, quicker response windows. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish order creates capacity for miracles. By day 90, optimization and delegation. Review your price floors and value ladder. Optimize pricing to reflect standards and margin reality. Remove the panic discounts and publish your guarantee. Strengthen standards. Raise your on-time rate to 95% plus. Codify your non-negotiables in writing and place them in every confirmation. Automate your top repetitive tasks. Schedule posts. Auto-send review requests. Invoice on delivery. Tag subscribers by behavior. Onboard your first assistant or an automation tool as your junior steward. Hand off a checklist you could do but shouldn't. Capture and publish 1 full case study. Before, after, process, testimonial, numbers. Matthew 25:23 is your announcement. Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many. Management precedes multiplication. Stewardship opens the gate to authority. Your scoreboard keeps you honest. Weekly targets. Honor 4 fruit blocks. Ship 1 fruit. Publish 1 SOP. Execute 1 distribution day. Update the ledger. Complete the weekly review. Monthly outcomes. Revenue and margin reported. On-time rate above your floor. Subscriber customer count progressed. SOP count increased. At least 1 testimonial added. Quarterly Dominion milestones. First 50 buyers enrolled. 95% SLA sustained. Pricing optimized and floors held. Assistant or automations active. 1 case study published. 1 moat, visible community live. Method named and marked. Promotion on schedule. Write that down. Because your schedule is where God finds your faithfulness. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Order is the incubator of dominion. Now, stand in your spirit and say it with conviction. Manage, then multiply. Again, manage, then multiply. 1 more time, manage, then multiply. Say this as a vow. I will return with fruit. Say it again. I will return with fruit. Lift your hands in your heart and receive this commissioning. In the name that authored your purpose, may your days be ordered, your ledger be truthful, your standards be upright, your systems be graceful, your courage be steady. May your fruit not fail in the field, your multiply not miscarry, your replenish not run dry, your subdue not slip, and your dominion be a blessing to many. Start small, move daily, review weekly. The next 90 days are not about hype. They are about holy habits. When I come back, I want to see your fruit, hear your testimonies, read your SOPs, and shake hands with your new assistant. Are you getting this? Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion, and begin now